when I first started in carpentry, my boss, we used to just write on the sheetrock. We would take the kitchen plans and we would draw everything out right on the wall. I thought that was great, very handy, you know where everything goes. And over the years, I've developed this technique, which is to just buy some of this 1/2-inch baseboard and pin it up to the wall and then draw on it. One of the things that allows you to do is when you're taking measurements, because you're taking them all the time to check in with the kitchen designer, this is the same thickness as sheetrock. So if I measure between these two walls and I stick my tape on the face of that and the face of that, I don't have to do any math in my head. I just know what the right answer is for the finished wall surface. It also helps you when you're working out things like, where's the casing gonna land? So here, I drew out where the cabinet's gonna end, where the overhang of the countertop is, and where my casing is. So it was able to tell me that what I had framed was gonna work out. It wasn't gonna interrupt the cabinets. Over here, you can see a lot going on, and that's why we use these, is to keep us on top of things. So I started using different colored markers. Blue is my notes for the plumber. The electrician gets red, carpenters get green. So here, it says waste, so we don't put a screw through that. Here we're telling the electrician where we want our outlets, what type of outlets they need to be. And a lot of this is overkill for them, but it really helps me understand where things are supposed to be. Now, one thing we'd like to do is leave this in the wall. So when we plaster this, this is gonna stay here. I'm gonna put a piece of sheetrock here, I'm gonna put a piece of sheetrock here, and this is gonna live here. They're gonna plaster that, they're gonna plaster that. When we come back after the plaster, this is gonna be here with all the marks. So this, which has guided us all through the rough phase, is gonna guide us all through the finish phase. So there's no interruption, we're not making a new story pole, we're not starting from the drawings again. We're starting from this. This is the Bible. This is what we need to use. Over here, we've got a typical blocking detail. Right here is actually going to be 2 floating shelves. So we have that blocked here. You can see I laser marked SH for shelf right here. And we put the block right in the center of that, a little bit above, a little bit below. Here, this is going to be for our lighting that's routed into that. And you can see over here, more blocking. Over here, it's cabinetry. So it goes in at a different height. We always want to make sure we've got a good place to screw our cabinets into so we're not searching for a stud. We just know exactly where it's going to be. We can put that screw in. We can put it where we want to in the cabinet, so we can hide it in the corner because we know we're going to have blocking there. If you don't do that, your screws are going to be all over the place. So that's our typical detail for blocking. And then again, you can see we've got our story pole here that's going to tell us, hey, there's a trash can here. There's, you know, I need an electrical whip here. This is where the end of a panel goes. And it helps people, subs, when they're looking at the plans, they don't have to do quite as much math. Over here, below my heater, you can see a mock-up of the island done with the same material. This just helps me to locate things. So for example, these pipes for the bow vent that's going in the sink really need to be in the perfect spot. So we make that determination by squaring up the room, laying out the island, nailing it down, and then there's very little question about where the island is. So we don't want to be lost looking for the island. Here it is, nailed down to the floor. We can mark out outlets, we can mark out hot water lines, we know where everything goes. Makes it very, very easy to get things right. And if we do get things wrong, we know why.